So if you can hear a little bit of background noise there, we're absolutely being battered by Storm Claudia. Storm Claudia, yeah. And Rachel's also feeling a little bit tired tonight. She's had a bit of a stressful week, but we're going to carry on like troopers. So we're almost 5 weeks off the big day, Christmas Day, which falls on, is it Wednesday? Thursday?
It's the 25th.
What day is it?
It's a Thursday, I think.
Thursday. It is a Thursday. Yeah, I'm only having 2 days off as well. I'm going back in on the 27th on the Saturday. But it was around this time that you got the Argos, you got the Grattan catalogue, you got your pen, and you were circling what you wanted for Christmas. Did you ever go and see Father Christmas when you were younger and write a list of what you wanted for Christmas?
Right, if there's any children watching, you really need to...
Don't do that again. Come on.
Well, I've already done it once.
Well, you've done it once, yeah.
So I can remember seeing Father Christmas twice.
Yeah?
And the first time I was probably about 2 or 3. And I think it was where I used to go to nursery, like preschool, in the church hall there. It was there where we went, and we had, it must have been preschool because the other kids were there as well, and we had like, like a little bit of a party.
Yeah.
Where you had a table and everyone was sat down and you got your jam sandwiches and...
Yeah.
And you what are they called, those cup drinks with the straw? Probably not even them.
What were they called? They look like one of them old-fashioned bins, but like a miniature version, and you had like a bubblegum drink in it, or raspberry, or dusty bin, yeah. Were they called Calypso drinks or something? Like
no, they were the ones. They're the ones that look like they're in a IV bag, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you used to freeze them in the summer, didn't you, and then buy the top off them.
And then, you just used to press them out, didn't you? Yeah.
I'm sure we must. I don't know whether we did have them. I don't know. I was just surmising there, but yeah, you got your biscuits and your jam sandwich and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we're all sat on long tables.
Yeah.
Like it was some massive banquet, stay visit or something.
So you never went to the shopping centre or anywhere like that to see Father Christmas where they had like the big grotto set up and everything, like the cheesy sort of foil curtain that you went through, and Father Christmas were there in this like cardboard box grotto that they'd wrapped up with wrapping paper. Like I used to go to the Co-op at Rochdale, I think. Yeah.
No.
You never did that?
No. Never.
No.
Not until I started taking my own kids. That was the first time I've been to a proper Santa's grotto, but it wasn't because my parents were mean.
No. But could you remember what you asked him for when you saw Father Christmas?
Probably just a doll or something. I didn't want much. I didn't ask for much.
No.
And there weren't that much. It weren't like now where you've got adverts bombarding you every 2 seconds.
You have these children's TV shows and like Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, things like that, and they just
you wanted all the toys and stuff. I mean, we did have that when we were little, didn't we? But no, I was just happy with what I got, really.
I think they used to put them on when you got home from school and you watched like CITV and
I don't even think CITV was a thing then, was it?
Yeah, I'm sure we had. Was it between sort of 3:30, 4 o'clock till the news came on at 6? So I think it might have been about 4
Well, it
o'clock.
ended with Neighbours, didn't it?
Yeah.
That like 4:35 or something.
But that was the BBC version, though, weren't it?
Yeah, but I don't know about the two because I only remember my lips Garfield. And Gordon the gopher.
Gordon the Gopher. Who were the other guy who
Andy
had it?
Peters.
No, did he have the dog? What were he called?
Yeah.
He's on a radio station or something now, isn't he?
Is it not Andy Peters, the guy who's on this morning, Good Morning Britain or whatever it's called?
He might have done it. There was another guy with blonde hair.
Andy, he was called Andy
He was called
Crane.
Andy Crane, that's him. Yeah. But that was a gift that I actually got for Christmas one year.
What, Andy Crane?
No, not Andy Crane. No.
Figure of him.
No, I got Gordon the Gopher.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, and it had like a little squeaky thing. It was like a puppet.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you could squeak it. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah, we're like a real gopher. What
I
do you mean?
forgot.
Like?
Do you know what? You just brought a memory back there that I had totally forgot to even put that in my notes that I got Gordon the Gopher for Christmas one year. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Teamwork.
You were like a puppet. What did you think you were going to be, a real bloody gopher? Just spit
Well, we knew we were a
on it.
puppet, didn't we? You know, it's like you know,
Oh,
another puppet I got for Christmas at one time. Do you remember Orville?
I said Orville. Literally just said
You
it.
just said
Orville,
it. I
yeah.
didn't even hear you then. Yeah, yeah, I got Orville.
My favourite were Bubbles.
The chimpanzee.
Yeah.
Were you an orangutan or something
you were
like that? Were you? Yeah,
an
yeah.
orangutan.
Yeah,
He was fun.
Yeah.
That duck.
yeah. He was a cheeky monkey.
He was. Anyway, like, gets back to Christmas.
So, yeah, we did make a little bit of a list here, didn't we? We did some
tried.
notes. And, let me have a look on here and see what we wrote down. So, you had stocking fillers.
No,
You didn't have stocking fillers.
not that I remember.
No,
I don't ever remember having a stocking.
you don't remember.
Fillers.
You didn't have a stocking,
I don't think so.
and you never got stocking fillers.
I don't remember.
Some of the things that I wrote down for my stocking fillers they were like tubes of sweets. Like you got what were them little ones called? They were like fruit pastels, but they were smaller.
Jelly tots.
Were they jelly tots? Because I thought jelly tots were more like.
Are you thinking of jelly mixtures?
I think they were dolly mixtures. They were like fruit pastels, but
No, jelly tots are like fruit pastels, but dolly mixtures, they've got different ones in. So you've got like the little squares, and you've got the little ones that look like miniature.
like little sandwich things, weren't they?
Yeah.
Little white,
Yeah, white and pink and white and orange.
and you could not describe what that actual texture were, could you?
No.
No. So tubes of sweets were one thing that I got. There used to be a big thing with sort of character soaps then. I don't know if it was to make kids like.
You mean actual soap?
Yeah.
Oh, I just got Mr. Macy. Widower. Salt to earth. How was that happened?
I mean, obviously, I've said previously that I was like a Muppet geek. I absolutely loved the Muppet Show. It was my favourite show of all time. And they used to do these character soaps in the shape of Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy and stuff like that, and I always got them. And then obviously later on, as these TV shows started coming out, you know, like Dukes of Hazzard and Knight Rider, A-Team. Do you remember the A-Team?
Of course I remember the A-Team.
Who were your favourite character in the A-Team?
What was it called? Face.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Is that because you fancied him?
Probably, I don't
There
know,
you
but he
go,
was always my favourite. But he always made me laugh.
Yeah, you're not going to ask me who my favourite were?
B.A.
Exactly, yes.
Mr.
Mr. T all day long. Yeah.
Well, I didn't have anything like that because when I was born,
Yeah.
my mum had to give up work because she didn't really have any childcare for me. And they didn't really have that much money
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
So I grew up with all my sister's cast-offs of everything. So
Right.
I don't know whether my mum re-wrapped up presents because I've done that with my kids, I'll tell you.
And you've taken them back.
Oh,
You
yeah.
haven't played with them.
Sent to me, I have.
Yeah. The kids can't watch this one. Yeah, go on.
But, so we didn't really have much money. So, I mean, I did ask my mum because I didn't really remember much about Christmas presents. And as I've been thinking about it, I have remembered a few more games and stuff, but
You've sort of jogged your memory a bit, haven't you?
a little bit, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure whether I got
I
them or
mean-
my sister did.
It's like I said to you the other day. It was so long ago.
Well, might have
I've
been
only
for you.
there's only yeah, but no, there's only a few things that I remember getting. And obviously, when I was talking about the soap, then I mean, you did just change the subject, but they used to make these character soaps, and it just had a sticker on it. It was just a sticker of like Mr. T or something like that.
So it was like Imperial Leather, but with a sticker on.
Exactly. But,
So-
but
so
no,
like-
it were a bigger sticker than Imperial Leather. Imperial Leather were like a postage stamp. This were like a big thing.
Right.
But then they started doing the dinosaur egg things. Do you remember them? Where you had to use the soap and there were a dinosaur in the middle of it. And when you got to the bottom of the soap, you got a toy dinosaur. Do you not remember them?
No.
Do you remember Soap on a Rope?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the type of things that I got as wrap-ups. Now, I'm trying to think what else I got in there. They were just little bits of things that cost, pence, really, at that time.
Yeah, see, like I said, my mum and dad didn't have that much money, really.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think one of the first gifts that I got that I really wanted was the big yellow teapot.
Oh, I remember the big yellow teapot. Yeah, I remember seeing that advert. Yeah.
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 And oh my God, that was all I wanted. I didn't want anything else. Just that. And I probably got a few. Obviously, I got like selection boxes and stuff because I've said that before. And my chocolates and my tights. I used to always get a pair of tights and stuff, gloves or whatever. But that big yellow teapot,
Did you get your big yellow teapot?
I did.
Did you?
I did.
Do you know what I wanted? Have a
Big
guess.
pink teapot, purring.
No.
Care
no.
Bears.
I had a couple of them. I had the action figure Care Bears, not the cuddly things. The ones that were like little and... I think I had Grumpy Bear because it matched me attitude, didn't it? No, I wanted... You know what I wanted, don't you?
The Millennium Falcon.
Yes. I asked for the Millennium Falcon, yeah. And I think that year, when that was out, it was the biggest selling toy of Christmas. And I'm sure my parents tried really, really hard to get hold of one for me. And I actually ended up with an X-Wing fighter, which was equally as good, but it was not the Millennium Falcon. Everybody else got that for Christmas, and I got the X-Wing fighter.
Yeah, well, it's a bit like Jingle All the Way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nobody were trying to find, what's he called, that character? It's, oh God.
Turbo Man.
Turbo Man,
Turbo
that's it. And that is what it was like back in the day, when
It
you
was.
trying to get toys.
Yeah.
You couldn't click and collect or reserve now, pay later. When it's due out, reserve before it's out and stuff like that. You couldn't do that. It was like, if you wanted something, you had to go out and buy it. If they didn't have it, it was tough.
Yeah.
And then I can imagine the anxiety for parents as well when they knew that the child wanted something really specific. Because I have had it with mine with things that have sold out. I can't name them at the minute. But things that they've wanted that have been really popular. I think one of them was, those flying fairy things. If you remember, I had to go over to Blackburn one Christmas.
Do you know what? We got one of them. We managed to get one for Madison.
Yeah.
And it flew, sort of. It went
Yeah.
in something and charged up, didn't it? And
Yeah, and then it
it had,
flipped
it had
off.
these, like, propellers on the back of it. And
Yeah.
it sort of flew up. Oh, yeah, it was cool, that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool until it got caught in one of kids' hair. Jesus. Yeah, that was dangerous.
I mean, I
that.
also remember that time when Savancy got that slime in her hair and
Oh, that was heartbreaking,
you were
that
like
wasn't it?
ringing me like, Dan, what am I going to do? And I could not think of a way of getting that out of her hair.
If it was just a little bit, I might have been able to get it. But I've got a picture of her because she had gorgeous long hair, didn't she? She was only 2, weren't she? And her hair was right down her back. It was really gorgeous.
Yeah.
And she must have got it and gone. And it was above her ears as well, but it was 2 massive lumps. And there's no way that I could have got all that out of her. You were nearly crying, weren't you?
I just thought of everything you could have used. I mean, I did suggest vegetable oil. I don't know what this stuff's made out of, but it was stuck like something to a blanket,
Oh yeah, it was.
and we ended up having to give her a bit of a short haircut.
Yeah, because it was so heavy on her hair. But yeah, slime is the devil made that. The devil made that slime. Other things that I remember getting for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I remember getting the Snowman vinyl, and on one side it was the whole of the film.
Yeah.
With the music and the narration. Well, you know, they had the narration over it, like it does on the film.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
And then the B side was just the music, and then Howard Jones at the end.
Right. I think did we not have a look for that in one of these vintage record stores in Harrogate one day?
I think we did, didn't we? We didn't find it. But yeah,
I don't know.
I love that.
I don't know how much that'd be going for now. I mean, we've not even had a look for that, have we?
But I always wondered, it's like, what kind of a child goes outside in the morning and he's built a snowman and then it's just alive and he's just like welcomes it into his house and. But that's just me.
Elsa and Anna did it in Frozen.
Yeah, I know. I found that a bit strange.
What, they built a snowman?
No, that it was alive and they didn't think anything of it. Saying that though, one of my favourite films when I was little was Watership Down.
Watership Down?
Yeah. Love that film. Yeah, it was my favourite, well, one of my favourite films when I was little. I don't know why, because it was really dark, wasn't it?
I remember renting that from the video shop, and I said, my mum said she got this film called Watership Down, and I wasn't interested in it. I kept calling it Water Shit Down. Like,
Bugger.
I don't want to watch that. Go and rent Superman or Star Wars or Jaws. I don't want to watch some about some rabbits. And then she put it on, right?
Yeah.
And that was like some, I'd nearly said adult film. I didn't mean it that way, but you know.
I know what you mean. It's not really a kid.
It's not something
really
that you should show to a kid. That is it. It's just
I loved
it, that was that was torment and bullying, weren't it?
I know, but I really did. I think we taped it off telly one day when we got our video recorder with remote on a wire. It actually did, but I was mesmerised by it. It also had a character in it called Hazel.
Yeah.
And I had a friend at school called Hazel who had the Blockbuster game. Do you remember that?
I remember the Blockbuster game. I had the Blockbuster game.
Did you?
I did.
And I bet you used to always say, "Can I have a pee, please, Bob?" Thinking you were like dead hard or something. Dead funny.
You had to do it. You had to do it. Even if you were, I think they banned them. They stopped some, didn't they? They stopped them from saying that on the show. I definitely had the Blockbuster game because you had these little pieces you had to sort of slot in, didn't you, into the things and stuff.
Yeah.
But right, I also had the Barnbuster.
What the hell's that? But is that like some pound shop version of Blockbuster?
No.
Barnbuster.
No. Barnbuster, right?
Yeah.
Was a Dukes of Hazzard toy. Do you remember the Dukes of
I
Hazzard?
do. Oh god.
But I had this Barnbusters thing, right? So what it were basically a plastic barn that you set up, right?
Like Buckaroo.
No. It were a track. Yeah?
Oh right, okay.
Probably about as long, maybe about half of this table, yeah.
Yeah.
And it had a shed, like a barn that you put.
So it had a barn, not a shed.
Well, yeah, it's like a barn, but you know, like a barn shed type thing, yeah. And you had to like put these barrels in front of it, you know, you got 6 plastic barrels that you put in there, and the doors sort of swing open, right? And you've got your little pullback car of the general.
I think I remember the advert for that.
Yeah, you pull it back, but it had a trigger switch underneath that, as it was going through the barn, this little thing were on the track, and it hit the switch, and it just went berserk, and it smashed through the barn.
Yeah.
And all these barrels went everywhere.
And that were it, then you had to set
and
it
that
up.
Right, yeah, you set it up again. Yeah.
I know, that was it, right? The adverts, and they're still a bit like that now, aren't they? You have an advert for something really kind of mediocre, and they have all these kids playing with it. And they always have extra stuff as well, don't they, around them? Not
Yeah,
like a bit of a,
yeah.
I don't know, a proper scenic set thing.
Yeah.
And when you get it, it's like, oh, nice one. Do you know what I always wanted though when I was little?
Mr. Frosty.
Well, I did, but I wanted two things. I wanted a scale electrics.
Yeah.
And I wanted a Hornby train set.
Do you know what, right?
No.
I did end up getting that scale electric that year for the kids, and they were absolutely bored to death of it.
Because
weren't
it
they?
is boring.
There's nothing boring about it.
No.
I bought the James Bond scale electric. How better can you get than that? It's still
but
in the
thing
attic.
I know, but the thing
I think
is,
we should get that down tomorrow and have a play with it.
when
I meant play with a bloody scale electric, you wally. Yeah.
when you get a scale electric, if it's just the normal one, like figure eight and whatnot. There was a place in Leeds, I don't know if you remember this, where you used to be able to go and it were all massive.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
You know, and I bet that was good if you were playing it against somebody else. But I mean, I never got one, and I never got a Hornby train set, just because that's again with the adverts, is that you look at that, you think, oh, look at that. And you've got all these scenic things and all the mountains and the trees and that little person that used to jump into the advert. What were he called? He were out of one of the kids' programmes on CBeebies, I'm sure.
I can't remember. The thing is, when we were kids, we had imagination.
Yeah,
Kids don't have that now, right?
No.
You got something like that, and like if you got a scale electric, yeah. You used to see what sort of different tracks you could build. Or you leave the track empty at one end and just raise the track up so you could get it as high as you could to see
that with
how high your car could get.
Yeah. You know, remember you do. You know the wooden train tracks that normally you get from IKEA?
Yeah.
I had about 3 sets of them for Timo. I spent most of my time going around and making all sorts of things, over hills
and that's the thing. You want to put something like that together and see what the end result.
But you needed a lot of track to be able to do.
Do you know what? You could have bought track and track. You could have had this running all around your house.
I know.
You know. Yeah.
I had one of your favourite pastimes though.
What?
I got an iron and an ironing board.
All right.
For Christmas once.
Yeah.
Bet you would have loved that.
I would have loved that.
You would.
I do like ironing. Yeah.
I know you do.
I like to make sure I'm pristine.
My dad said this morning that he was trying to iron some clothes, and I said, "What for?" Just put them on. Stopped ironing a long time ago. Life's too short.
Chuck an ice cube in dryer with your t-shirt and it'll be straight in 5 minutes.
No, they're all right. Just a tip to anybody who's new to dryers and laundry. Take it out the dryer, fold it up or hang it up straight away. You don't have to iron.
No.
Did you ever have a kaleidoscope?
I had a kaleidoscope, but I had something else called a Viewmaster. Do you remember that?
Don't. The Viewmaster 3D, the one with the racetrack. Yeah?
That was the Tomitronic.
Oh, was it? Tomitronic. Yeah. Oh, right. So the Viewmaster, was that the one with the little character that kind of jumps around?
No, the Viewmaster was like a little red binocular thing that you put on your face.
Yeah, but that was
and you had these slides that you put in the back.
Oh,
clicked it.
Yeah,
and you clicked to another slide.
Do you know what? I think
sort of
I
brought
did have
things
that.
out 3D. Yeah,
I think I did have that.
But they also they brought out the Viewmaster Showbeam, right? Which were like having your own movie theatre, but it were pictures. There were no sound on it, but I remember stood at the top of the stairs because we had like a pretty big house then on Rochdale Road, and I flashed it on the wall, and it was like a massive big screen. You know, like you get a projector now.
Yeah.
And I had the He-Man one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had He-Man.
Did you stand at the top of the stairs going,
I have the power!
Like that?
The amount of times I said that with just my underpants on and a plastic sword.
Oh God!
You know, as a child.
What was the music? Was it?
Yeah. We can't do that. We'll get done for that now.
No, we won't.
We will.
Not in my blooming singing voice anyway. They'll be like, what the hell's that? Everyone think I'm strangling one
But
of the
again,
kids.
that were another. I mean, obviously, it's like I said, you had a lot of the action figures, like Star Wars, came off the back of movie franchises and things like that.
Yeah.
And then He-Man was a cartoon. Now, they knew exactly what they were doing with that
they?
because they put that on.
They had the Castle Grayskull and
had
the other one. What's the other one called?
Snake Mountain was the other one, and
yeah.
that had like a microphone thing in it. I remember getting Castle Grayskull for my birthday one year after I'd bought Battle Cat and Panther and Skeletor and every character you could. I mean, they made that many characters. You just wanted. I had a massive box full of E-Man figures, but like I said, they knew exactly what they were doing there because
didn't they?
they brought the cartoon out. They sold it off the back of that. I think there might have been some trouble with them selling them.
I think there was at first.
There was
I
at
was going to say
first.
that. I don't think they marketed it properly.
No, they brought them out first.
And they weren't selling.
Put the adverts out, and then as soon as the cartoon came out,
Yeah.
they were selling like hotcakes. Then. Yeah.
Yeah, but it would be for nerds like you.
Oh, I mean, I
It's
love
like
it.
you've got to have
I loved
everything,
it.
haven't you?
Yeah, everything. Yeah. If you're into something and you're collecting it, you can't just half-ass do it. You've got to have it all. And you know, it's like every new figure that came out, it's like I want that for my birthday. I want that, you know. And
I was very much the same with Mad Dog 2020 when I was 12. You got to try every flavour, aren't you? Oh dear.
so, as well, I remember one year from a previous video. I'm a massive fan of a blockbuster film that came out in '75. I got the Jaws game, which got re-released, and I know you did try your hardest to get it for me for my birthday, but it was so
It was. I could have
everywhere.
got some second-hand ones.
Yeah,
But some of them had bits missing, and because I never owned that game anyway, I didn't know exactly what should have been in it, and I didn't want you to be disappointed. So
yeah,
no, I
but
didn't.
NECA re-released it with a proper grey white shark in it. How much for that? That was stupid money, weren't it, for a plastic shark toy? But again, like I said, I got that and I was absolutely made up with it because I've always been a massive Jaws fan. You know that, don't you? Do you remember annuals?
Yeah. Now, do you know what? I think I did get a Beano annual or a Dandy or even both.
Yeah.
And Looking
was a magazine that was. I used to get that every week. Now. Or were it fortnightly? I can't
I think
remember.
it was fortnightly that one.
I'm sure
you
it
got
was,
Smash
weren't
Hits
it?
as well, didn't you?
Yeah, but
That was after that, wasn't it?
Looking was more aimed at children's TV shows.
Yeah.
And they always had somebody really cool on from like Buck Rogers or Wurzel Gummidge or you know somebody like that. I think they had the Jacksons in it once. Like, you know, I'm a massive Michael Jackson fan.
So you like Lucky then, did you?
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah. I also got. I remember getting a few girly bits when I was a bit older. Like I got a little miniature sewing machine because my mum, she used to make all her own clothes and stuff. My mum, when she was a proper fashionista, great. You know, she's brilliant at doing anything like that.
Yeah.
And my mum had a sewing machine and I used to use that. And then she bought me my own one. And it's not like the ones... Do you remember when I got Savanti one the other year and they were dead?
I don't... Did it actually work, yours? Did it actually...
Yeah.
Sew? Did it sew?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it had proper needles in it? And
Yeah.
stuff? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Do you know what? You'd never get away with that, mate. Health and safety and all that,
It were a
mate.
proper little sewing machine. And I could do all sorts of bits on it. And yeah, you had to thread it through properly, and it had like a foot pedal that it had under the table.
So that was like a proper sewing machine.
But a miniature version.
Do you know what? Right. What was that thing? That spirograph thing? Do you remember that one?
Yeah. I think my
Right, now,
sister had one of them. I don't think I had one.
do you know that came with a load of drawing pins? So
Oh,
sort of
for the
down
paper.
the
Yeah.
And one of them were on the floor the wrong way around, and I knelt
God.
down.
Oh,
we were
drawing
about
pins are bad.
3 or 4. And
They're horrible.
do you know what? It went through me knee.
I always wanted a Mr. Frosty, but we never got that because my mum just said it's a load of rubbish.
Right, she's right.
I know she is.
That is just it's a cheese grater. That is literally all it is.
Yes.
Yeah, you could have just grated some ice with a cheese grater.
I know.
It's the same thing, and it was rubbish. You never got that amount of ice to fill one of them cups, no. And did you see the size of them cup? Obviously not, because you didn't get them.
No, they were only about that big, weren't they?
They were about the size of an egg cup.
That's how big they were.
What was that bloody penguin? I can't remember the penguin's name, but you put the juice in that and sprayed it over. It was a lot of rubbish.
Oh, God.
It was absolute garbage.
Do you know what I always wanted, though, as well? Do you remember that game, that Electronic Detective?
Oh, no. No, it don't ring a bell, that.
No, I remember really wanting that. But I think my mum and dad thought that was a bit weird because a lot of the stuff I wanted was quite intellectual. They probably thought I was a bit dumb or something.
I think, though, this were the time when, obviously, we started getting a lot more electronic games as we were getting older. Because I do remember you mentioning before the Tomitronic, but it wasn't yours. You were playing somebody else's, weren't you?
Yeah, but it was the one that was like 3D, and it was the cars in the 3D.
It was so cool.
Oh, it was brilliant. It was like, giving me back now.
I
want it now, you're not having it.
We did, I think we had one that were like a Space Invasion, that were like
Space Invaders, kind of.
It was like a burgundy coloured one.
Yeah.
And then we had a Shark Hunter one, which I absolutely loved.
That one.
And I'm sure you were a diver, and you had to like shoot the shark coming above you, with the harpoon.
I don't know. I mean, I'll have to ask Gail which one she got for her lad. But I used to play on his in backs, and and he was like, "Can I have it back?" No, you can't.
Because
sorry.
This would have, they were the handheld. They were the first sort of handheld LCD games. I remember getting Astro Wars by Grandstand, which were a little bit like Space Invaders, and it were like a little mini sort of arcade cab. So I think you could move left to right and sort of up and down, and then you had a fire button on it, and it were like a Space Invaders game, that.
Right.
And then I think after that they did. They started doing the handheld sort of games.
Didn't they do the one that looked like, my blooming doorbell, that kind of shape, that you put different cartridges in, and it had different games on it, so a bit like Snake on the old Nokia.
Yeah.
Those kind of pixel games. I don't know what it was called.
They were very similar to them.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I like when we got them for sort of mobile phones, they weren't like they are now. You ain't got a. I mean, now
you were lucky if you had Snake on it, weren't you? Really?
That screen on that, it's like 4K or whatever now, isn't it? But like then it was an LCD kind of a little bit like the games that were coming out. So I remember getting a Double Dragon one. Because obviously I played that in the arcade, and I was expecting this little game to be just as good as the arcade, and it were absolutely shocking.
Well, yeah, they're going to be, aren't they?
It was absolutely awful.
There, weren't you?
And another one that I played in the arcade, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that was by Konami.
Did you get it for Christmas?
Yeah. And I were expecting this to be just as good as the arcade game, and that was pants as well, and I mean, we're really fortunate now that I can just like go in there, put my PC on, and I've got that arcade system there to play whenever I want. And
yeah, dead lucky, aren't
you? But I mean, years ago, right? I'd have killed for that as a kid, but obviously, I was getting older, and I had the handheld games then, and then the personal home computers started coming out then. So I remember,
like the games consoles?
No, they were more like computers. These the first one we got as a family that weren't anybody's. We all shared it.
Yeah, like I had.
was it was an Amstrad CPC 464, I think, and you got this big bulky monitor with
You're just talking rubbish now. You're just blurting
No.
out numbers.
You got a big bulky monitor with it, yeah. And your keyboard, which had a tape deck built into it, and there were different colours on the keyboard and stuff like that. You had to literally load it off a cassette. Now, you know the pain
Oh god.
of loading a game off a cassette, and if it failed,
I know.
you had to rewind the cassette and start again. It weren't an instant sort of game like it is now. Absolute nightmare. Did you have any of these sort of computers where you put a cassette in?
We did, but I don't know if we got in for Christmas. We did have one, and it took about 3 weeks, and then at the end of it, it did a wolf whistle.
Yeah. What did you have? Can you
It
remember?
was a Commodore, but I don't know which one.
What were the first ones?
I was probably about 6, because it was definitely after I'd been at school for a bit, and my mum was working again, and they got a bit of money together. And so I was probably about maybe 5 or 6.
I remember somebody telling me about these, like the very first sort of Commodores that came out, and I cannot remember.
I'm sure it had a
Do you know what? Right.
cassette thing.
If you're watching OG, please put us right on this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what this Commodore were called, and I know you'll know.
The thing is, as well, what my mum and dad,
Yeah.
even though they didn't have much money, they saved up and they got not the best,
Yeah.
but they got the best that they can afford. You know, they didn't buy tat. They never did. You know, and we were always like the last ones not to have a shower. That sounds like we're all scruffy.
Yeah.
But to actually have a shower installed.
Yeah.
And a microwave and a video recorder. I mean, when we got a video recorder, it weren't one of them massive big Ferguson things.
No.
It were a little one.
No.
You know.
I think back in the day as well, you used to pay rental on them. You never used to just
See,
buy.
my mum and dad never did. Yeah, no, they went out and that's what I mean, they saved up and
They bought it.
yeah,
Yeah, because we rented ours. You know, we paid Harry Cooper down the road. He had the TV rental place, didn't he? And we used to rent our TV in Ferguson. I don't know if you ended up paying for it in the end. But there was somewhere you had to put coins in them as well, your TV, didn't you, and stuff like that. Yeah, but
yeah. I do remember the paupers who were having them.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, when I was little as well,
Yeah,
we used to. Well, like I said, we didn't have much when I was really little, and my mum, and it was different as well then, because you used to play games at break time, didn't you? When you were at school, and you had things like I say it's a bit girly, but no, you probably played it. Elastics, cat's cradle. We used to play top trumps a lot as well, and these were things that people had got for Christmas as well, like those top trump cards. But I used to get board games as well. And I used to play them by myself. It's a bit odd. I had Game of Life, which you've never played.
I've never played
No, you've
that.
never played that. Like I say, you used to just go around the book collecting babies and debt and stuff. And then I had one that was, oh God, it was something like Game of Britain or something. And when you opened up the board, it was in the shape of Great Britain. You know, I had like the map on it.
It kind of
And
rings
you
a
used
bell,
to,
that. Yeah.
and then go around and answer different questions. And I am sure, not 100%, or I was really good friends with somebody who had this game, and I used to play it a lot with them.
Yeah.
But you know the Ghost one, the Ghost Castle, is it, or something?
Right. I think you've just re-released that.
I'm sure I had that
You
for
could buy
Christmas
that
one
again.
year.
Do you know when we went in Mankind in York? I'm pretty sure I saw that on the shelf. Because the thing is, this retro stuff as well, it's back, and people are loving it, and
But they were good though.
they're re-releasing these classic games now, and I'm sure Ghost Castle, I'm sure you can get it now.
A lot of
Definitely.
these games that are coming out now, they're just you read them, it's like you open up and you think, I can't read in the instruction. I think the easiest one that I've ever bought in the last few years is 5-second rule.
I think the easiest one that I've bought in the past, what did you say? 5 years?
I said few.
Few years?
Few years, I don't know. A few years could be 30. You never know.
I bought Madison a game called Doggy Doo.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just the dog that shit.
Oh, no. I got the one that was called Don't Step in It. Do you remember that one? It was like bits of plasticine that was shit like poo, and they had to put blindfold on. I got that for the kids one Christmas.
I think this it was like it was slime.
Do you remember that one, Gooey Louie, with the snore?
It was the same kind of thing, but it was that sort of slime, right?
Yeah.
And you put it in this dog, right? Yours to have a go, and you pump this pump, right? And I think if it's shit, that were it. You know, that were your game over sort of a thing. And I remember her just like killing herself laughing because it made that fart noise as well when you were sort of pumping it, and it were good fun.
Right, I'm going to talk about some girly stuff now. A lot of these you might know about, seeing as you've got a daughter, or maybe you got them for Christmas by mistake, or one year or something. I don't know. But I always wanted a tiny tears.
A tiny tears.
Yeah.
Right, is that the baby that had a potty with it and it used to do droppings in it?
Nothing that with baby Annabelle, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, Tiny Tears was the one that did used to cry.
So what did you do with that?
I don't know. I never had one.
You never had one?
No.
I'm assuming it had some sort of cartridge inside it that you put water
Oh, I had
in.
one of them actually. It just reminded me. I did have one of them with a cartridge in.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same doll that I'm talking about though. But yeah, I did have one of them, and you put a cartridge in the back. Yeah, oh God, yeah, I forgot about that.
Not that I had one. I don't know. I just.
You see it on Toy Story.
I assumed it had a cartridge in it.
No, but that one in Toy Story. Is it Toy Story 5?
No, I don't even think we're on 5. I think we're on 4.
No, we are we?
Yeah, I'm sure it's. Is it?
I don't know. Anyway, it don't matter. But yeah, I had one of them that you put the cartridge in. I forgot about that. Anyway, this doll that I got.
Yeah.
It had a bottle.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it was orange and not milk. Like
Yeah.
orange juice. Do you remember? You used to
Yeah.
feed the baby and then it used to like kind of disappear as though you were actually feeding the baby.
Yeah, I mean, like, we had friends of the family, let's put it that way, right? Who had daughters. So I knew about
You
these
also
kind
had
of
cousins
things.
as well, Dan. Don't forget about them.
Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, my cousins had stuff like that. Yeah, but I remember like my mum having a family friend, and I remember after Christmas one time we went round, you know, as you do, you know, as a family, you could see your mates' houses, you know, your mum and dad are there having a drink and what have you. And I remember going up to the toilet, and I was coming back down, and this girl's bedroom door were open, and she had one of them Girls' World things.
Is that when you first decided that you wanted to do a blue rinse?
That is exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. Yeah. I was like playing with his hair and stuff, and you know, like.
Yeah.
And I think somebody come upstairs to check on me, and I was just like.
Yeah.
Really loving this toy. It's just like
You didn't go and find some clippers, did you? Go in garden sheds and find some shears like shearing at this bloody doll there.
And yeah, I was plaiting his hair and stuff. And,
No, you weren't.
No, because I can't plait.
No.
I'm absolutely rubbish. But no, I just had a little play with it, you know, before I come downstairs, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, but some girls' toys were pretty cool, weren't they? You know.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Because we're girls, and girls are more superior.
But I mean, I always thought, you know, like the lads had the upper hand on the toys with all the action figures and you know.
Yeah, but
there weren't that many movies aimed at girls.
Girls didn't need action figures, though, did we? We didn't need action figures.
You had Barbie. You had Barbie and Cindy and stuff like that, didn't you? And,
yes.
Yeah.
But we didn't need action figures to feel like validated in the world, Dan. You know. There's a difference here.
It weren't that. We had heroes that we looked up to. Do you know what I mean?
My dad was my hero. Still is.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course he is. And my mum. And my grandparents. But yeah, so I had, I don't think I ever got a Girls' World, even though I always wanted one.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, they were really, really expensive, weren't they? I don't know.
I mean, them practice heads that I get,
Well, they weren't.
they were used for the Halloween decoration.
Yeah.
How much? They're about 18 quid them, and you can,
They are, but
Yeah.
a proper Girls' World, because it had the bits where you could pull them out and make it longer as well, didn't it? And you could.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you could pull it. I had a Barbie doll like that once actually, but it had bits of the hair that you used to pull out, and it used to make the hair longer.
Right.
No.
There was another one where you put Play-Doh in it and
Oh God, yeah.
like a Play-Doh
yeah.
barber shop. And
Yeah.
I always wanted that as well.
Yeah.
I think I was just meant to be.
Do you know what? I
hairdresser,
know, yeah.
Lorna, you know what I mean?
I know. All those Play-Doh toys when I was little, I always wanted, but that was again. I think I got plasticine though. Unless I'm getting it mixed up. With I'm sure I got.
Do you know what?
plasticine.
You're definitely right because I think plasticine was cheaper because it just came in like an A4 sort of square
No, well,
package,
I
didn't
remember
it?
it
And
being.
you just had all your colours stuck together.
Yeah,
yeah. You had to pull
like
your
a
colours
line,
apart.
weren't
Didn't
they?
you?
Yeah.
But it were about an A4 size, weren't it? And it was
Yeah.
like a packet like that.
It's the
with
same thing.
all your plasticine just lined up there. And it weren't because I think Play-Doh were a bit softer.
Yeah, but the thing is, well,
plasticine were like blue tack. It was just well hard, weren't
Yeah.
it? And you always
well
ended
hard.
up, yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh, well hard.
You always ended up just mashing all them colours together and making
But that's
this
what it
really
ended up with
horrible
Play-Doh.
bloody brown colour, didn't you? Yeah.
It's like you got right. Play-Doh was fine the first use.
Mm.
You know, whatever set you got, unless you were meticulous with that,
Yeah.
or you were willing to buy a new pot every week of every
Yeah.
single colour,
Yeah.
it just ended up as a big mash of brown stuff.
Or you didn't put the lid on properly and it went hard.
Yeah.
And it went
We could
knackered
just
then.
put a bit of water in that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Could you do that?
Well, I did with kids.
Right. I never knew that.
Well,
I didn't know you
where's-
could like soften it back up again if it were
Yeah,
hard.
just put a bit of water in it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. So
sing to it.
I mean, yeah, we're talking about stuff we had as kids here then. So, I mean, God.
What about teenage?
I'm going to say, as we started getting older, you know, sort of 12, 13, 14, we started secondary school. I know you want to forget about them days, but...
Oh, I don't love it. I've just realised beards on your Madry there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not drinking Madry, really. No, I am.
Well, you're having the last few
No.
cans of the 4-pack that I bought you by mistake. Sorry.
It's all
Yeah.
right.
Anyway.
Hey, it's wheat beer and I've got work tomorrow, so we're all right, aren't we? So yeah, as obviously we started getting older and we were teenagers and we were at secondary school and you stopped playing with toys, you wanted more technology.
Yeah.
Pretty much like our kids now.
But they want it from birth. They come out saying, they come out with it, iPad. First words. iPad. Not mummy or daddy.
I think you find though as they're getting older, they want less, but it's more expensive.
Yeah,
And
but
it's like you
that's it
say, it's
with us.
iPads and
Yeah.
they want to play computer games and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
as you were getting older, what kind of gifts did you get as you were getting older?
Oh, God. Sorry, I'm yawning. Everybody, sorry.
You should absolutely shut
know, I
up.
am, yeah.
But yeah, come on,
So
keep going.
I
you
had
warrior.
right. So this is
Go on.
pre-teen probably, but you know,
Yeah.
like probably 9, 10. Knowing me, probably about 2, because I was dead grown up for me age, me.
Yeah,
But no, I wanted music,
yeah, exactly, yeah.
and I remember having the Elvis Presley. It was a triple cassette. A triple cassette of Elvis Presley's songs.
So you got Elvis Presley?
Yeah, I asked for it.
You asked for Elvis, and it were a triple,
It were a triple
and
cassette.
it were a cassette, that were it? Yeah?
It were a triple cassette.
Was that your first cassette you got?
No,
No.
no,
So Elvis weren't your first?
no.
No.
He weren't my first, no. Definitely not. But I mean, back in the day, you're talking late 80s, aren't you? So I was like well into Kylie. Kylie was my...
And as I know, I've actually sort of brought that bit of nostalgia back, and I think that year you bought me the record player.
Yeah.
How many years ago did you buy me that?
About 7?
No,
6?
longer than that.
No.
You bought me the record player, and then I started hunting round for...
Yeah.
Do you know, like, the singles we used to get?
Yeah.
And I have got
We've
a
got
couple of Kylie singles for you, didn't I? And it was like when we went to Bury the other week, and we were looking at them singles that were £1, just in the bucket outside, and it brought back so much nostalgia because we were finding things that we stood there for about 20 minutes looking through them, didn't we? Like pulling.
Do you remember this? Do you remember that
one?
Yeah.
Oh, we should got some of them because it were a good record. We should go back down there and get some more.
But vinyls are quite annoying.
Yeah, and the dear now, they're expensive. I mean, we'd have got a bargain there, wouldn't we?
Yeah, but it was like you had to get up and change it. Even though you had to do that with your cassette.
But we didn't know any different.
Anyway.
We did not know any different.
No.
Then. It's like now, you can just put like thousands and thousands and thousands of songs on what was the iPod.
And you can skip.
Now we have digital. You know, you can make your own playlist, and you can. The kids now do not know the pain that we had of having to. I mean,
it weren't
they brought out the multiplayer CD system where you could put 5 CDs in.
Oh yeah, I remember having
and
that in
then just like mash it up and put your favourite CDs in there and just put it on a spin and have it throwing all kinds of stuff out. But they don't realise how. I don't know.
Everything wasn't instant.
No, and we were saying this on the last video. Nothing is as accessible as it is now.
No.
And it's the same with music.
I know.
We literally had to
wait,
put a record on. We had to play it.
Remember that time when the Shaman got banned? Years ago. You don't remember that? I got that before it got banned.
Yeah, but we knew what it meant, right? We knew what it meant.
You didn't.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. No, but I got
You got that single.
I got Kylie. No, I got the album. So I got the first Kylie album. Second. And I got all the singles as well.
Yeah.
And I also got some of the singles in the Australian covers. You know, like you do now. You know, like when you get your like limited edition LP covers and stuff.
No.
But I loved that, and Kylie and Jason.
Yeah.
And especially for you, and you know what that song means to me. And then, but you had all the neighbours, like, what was he called? Stephen Dennis?
Craig McLaughlin.
Yeah, Craig
McLaughlin.
Bring it out.
His name, yeah. He had the dodgiest perm ever. He looked like he had both from or something, didn't he? But without a tash. And he was stood on the edge of a rock like Bon Jovi, weren't he? Like somewhere in Arizona. You know, they were desolate with cactuses around him, and
but you remember
he's playing his acoustic guitar with his his cowboy boots on, like George Michael had in Faith. You know, like with that bit of silver sheen on the front of it and stuff.
I remember getting True Blue as well.
True Blue.
But the I got the single, True Blue single one year.
Yeah.
I also remember my first Walkman. With the headphones that went over, they were just like sponge, but you could adjust them, couldn't you, as well?
They had like they had an orange sponge on them, didn't they?
Mine didn't have orange on. Mine
did
was
not.
Oh no! I don't think so. Anyway.
Controversial. What colour were they?
Black.
Were they black sponges, or were they like the sports Walkman?
No, they were black. No, we didn't have them then.
Kind of
they didn't come out till way later.
Did they not? I thought they were.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, what are you? 3 years younger than me? Oh yeah.
30.
So
2.
When you got your first Walkman, obviously you got a cassette with that. They didn't just give you a Walkman without a cassette, did they?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
I don't remember.
What make were your Walkman?
I think it was a Sony.
Yeah.
It was black with silver on it.
I had a Sashio. It was cheaper.
Yeah.
I think it was 20 quid.
See, that's what I mean about my mum and dad.
They got you good stuff.
They did, but we didn't get a lot of it, you know? It weren't like we had 100 presents that were cheap tat. We had like 1 or 2 presents that were good, and that were it.
My grandma bought my Walkman,
Did she?
and it had a 3-band graphic equaliser on it.
Oh, God, I remember them.
Remember that?
Yeah, and then you had the radio that you could sit and try and tune in.
No, mine didn't have a radio.
Did you not have a radio? Mine had a radio
It
on
was
it.
literally a cassette player. It had a 3-band graphic equaliser on it. And she bought me a cassette to go with it. Can you guess?
Probably Iron Maiden.
No.
Ooh.
It was nothing to do with heavy metal. It was a soundtrack.
Ooh. Oh, I'm going to say Michael Jackson. Soundtrack.
Yeah. No.
Never Ending Story.
No. Think of a
Mermaids.
Cool, think of a cool Jerry Bruckheimer movie. Is he called Jerry Bruckheimer?
Splash.
Yeah. No. Think Eddie Murphy.
Oh, yeah, no. Not 48 Hours. Beverly Hills Cop.
Which
2.
one? Yes. Now, that were a banging soundtrack. We didn't have that access to music then. You got what you got, and you played it and played it and played it, and I think that is why you can sort of listen. I mean, you know the lyrics and everything to the stuff back in the day, but this, when you put something on now, you can just skip it, and it's just nah. You know, you're not listening to it over and over again because you've got that much access to music.
Yeah.
You're forgetting the lyrics and stuff. It's like when I listened to Iron Maiden back as a kid, and you sort of collected them albums and you played them over and over again, and they were shorter albums.
Yeah,
they were like 5 tracks aside, weren't they? They only did like...
Is that... No, I thought they were less than that.
They might have even been... Yeah. They might have only been, what?
3 or 4 aside. I'm sure they only did. Because they just banged them out. Well, they still do, don't they?
Yeah, but they might have even done 2 albums a year. I mean, where now they're putting like, what, 30 tracks on an album or something.
Yeah.
It's mental, so...
See, the thing is, right, back in the day, you had your vinyl.
Yeah.
And if you got bored of a track, you could skip it, couldn't you? And you could also, if you were a bit like me, I don't know, you probably like this as well, you could also get your head to the side like that and kind of look at it, couldn't you, and think, right, that's
where it's going,
that's the part of the song that I want.
Yeah.
And then you always had that shiny ridge in between each track, didn't you? So you could move that onto the next track.
Yeah.
Whereas when you got tapes then, you had to fast forward them through the old blooming thing. And then it would pop up whether you got to the next track or whether you're halfway through the next track or what.
Do you know, when you said though about getting your when you got your Sony Walkman?
Yes.
Did your Sony Walkman have auto
rewind? No, auto rewind. Also revert. Yeah, it did. It did.
We didn't need to change your tape over. It just flipped it back, didn't it? And do you know what? I'd love one of them. I had to actually physically open mine, turn it over, and put it in. Yeah.
I don't know how we were born. I did that with my first cassette player though, because we went to. Do you remember the Periquito Hotel?
That was the big one at the end. It's where that roundabout, that dodgy roundabout is, isn't it? Where the tram comes down now,
I remember going there and it was, I don't think it was a jumbo sale, but I think it was, I don't know, some kind of sale or whatever. And I picked up from there, I asked my mum for it. Mum, can I have it now? Can I have it for Christmas? And she let me. Yeah. And it was a yellow, and it was a twin cassette player with a radio on it.
With a Philips?
I don't think it was. I don't think it was that
popular. It weren't roller radio.
No, it weren't the one that was round. It was quite square.
Yeah.
It was probably just, I don't know.
It was sharp.
I don't know. Well, no, I didn't cut my fingers on it.
No. I know. Sharp.
I know.
They used to sponsor Man United, them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But, no, it weren't. I don't know is the answer to that. I don't know what make it was, but I remember having that. And that was the first time I could tape to tape.
Yeah. and you could sort of borrow your mate's cassettes and like give it back the day after and say, yeah, we're all right. But really, you got like, what were they, like 5-pack of TDK cassettes?
Yeah.
90 minutes and 60 minutes they did, didn't they?
Yeah,
Memorex, do you remember them?
Yeah.
They were dead funky. They had like
Yeah,
Oh, they were so
they
cool,
like, triangles.
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
it were like really 80s sort of graphics. They were see-through cassettes as them as well. They
Did
weren't
you
like
get,
plain black. Yeah.
when you were younger, well, younger, older,
Yeah.
did you ever get your own record player and TV for Christmas? Because I did.
I got it was like a mini system. It were an Alba. Do you remember Alba?
I do. Well, Alba are still going
Are
out.
they still going?
Yeah.
I got it were a twin cassette radio and your record player on top.
Oh, so it was like a stacker.
Yeah, it were only, a little one.
Yeah. But it didn't come apart. It was all in one.
Yeah, it were all in one.
Yeah, I got one of them. I think maybe
Whatever.
when I was about 11.
What were it? 12999, and you had 2 speakers with it.
Yeah, but that was
but
expensive back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking probably when. Oh God, what year would it have been? I was probably in 3rd, 4th year, so.
No, see, I think I were about.
I might have had that actually when you came up to my bedroom.
I tried to blank that out, Dan.
I know you're trying to blank, yeah, but that must have been there in my loft attic when
Probably was.
when you came up.
No, I mean, I remember, and I'm sure my grandma and granddad bought me and my sister our first TV because we shared a room at the time, and it was a little grey 9-inch Philips TV, with the push buttons on the front.
I know what you mean, but the thing is, I got the stereo system because I was into my music. So
yeah, we already had that
I think
anyway.
the first one I got were a single tape player. They just had 2 speakers at the side of it.
Yeah.
It weren't even a ghetto blaster. I mean, do you remember the ghetto blaster?
Oh God, yeah.
They had like the 3D subwoofer sound where it was just completely full of speakers, but the 2 tape decks were on the top, and it were all about sound, weren't it? And they were really expensive. And then
you always saw him in American films, didn't you? With some guy walking around with it on his shoulder, didn't you?
Yeah, but I had like a tiny little like Toshiba thing or something like that was silver with 2 black speakers on it, and I think the first cassette that I got was like it's the 80s, and then me Auntie Shirley, she had a really big sound system in her house, like the one with the glass at the front where you used to open it up and you could store your records underneath.
Yeah, underneath. Oh, they were well posh.
Yeah,
then,
it was like a proper wooden sort of unit.
Yeah.
And she had the cassette decks in it. She had the record player on top, and she obviously bought a lot of vinyl. And I remember her recording me a tape on a 90-minute cassette. So I had Off the Wall on one side, and Thriller on the other. Oh. And I absolutely played it to death.
I know.
It was just, and then, I mean, we're talking about Christmas now, but...
I know, I mean...
Going into that...
Did you ever get a Discman?
No. Oh, no, I had the compact disc player. I didn't have the mini disc player that Sony brought. They did something called a mini disc.
I remember the mini disc.
And it didn't take off as well.
It was a Discman, like a Walkman, but you could put CDs in it.
That wasn't until I started work.
Yeah, I know.
And I could afford it.
Getting that,
And it had some sort of thing, if it shook.
Yeah.
It sort of read the CD 2 seconds in front in case there were a bit of... like when you're travelling on the bus and it had a pothole, it wouldn't, made this move.
I know. I always remember then. Because you won't remember that call that I had on then, because you weren't there at school. But I always remember going to... So, I must have been, 15 at the oldest. Because I was working after school then, up in Oldham. In fact, no, I was 14.
I
was
left...
getting a bit of cash in hand, and
I left in 93.
Yeah, so this was probably... It might have been the year before you left. I had that, it was like a red... I don't know, it was like a lumberjack coat when they were all in fashion. But I had this Discman.
Yeah.
And I used to put it on when I were on the bus going to and from work.
Yeah.
Because I was working I used to go after school and help wash up and stuff. And then I got a Saturday job as well with them then. But I remember getting that for Christmas. But it weren't long before I started just getting money.
Did you spend it on cigarettes and alcohol?
Probably not. I don't know. My mum might watch it, and then I'll get done. You know, I'm not going to get done. I'm 46 now.
So, how old were you then? What were you, 13, 14?
I might have been, but I was probably older.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, because I don't think my mum would have trusted me with that kind of money at that age.
No.
So maybe I was 15, 16, 17 or something.
I think I stopped getting like big presents and Christmas gifts at 16 years old. So I think the last probably 2 gifts that I got that I remember was the Commodore 64 Light Fantastic package. That was like
the what?
It was the Light Fantastic.
Light Fantastic. That sounds like something like Rainbow Bright package or something. What's that all about?
No. They had a cassette on it called Blaze, and it was based around 3 movies. I remember RoboCop and Rambo being on it. I can't remember what the third one was.
Probably began with an R. RoboCop, Rambo, and
No, I can't remember that one. But you got a
like Demolition Man.
You got an infrared. No, I don't think it was out then. And this was well before Demolition Man. You had an infrared light gun. Now the old TVs that we used to have, used to pick these guns up. I don't know if it was off. When you use
like the remote
control.
sensor. That's really clever.
Yeah.
Well, you must have had a posh TV then.
I had a Matsui, and it was
I mean, what
4.
we're talking now, 93, 94,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, but it was something like a 14-inch, but like a little monitor sort of. I mean, even probably smaller than the monitors you get now. It was a small TV. I had it set up on a little sort of desk.
That's really clever for back then. I thought the what is it, the Kinect for the Xbox? I thought that were really clever, and the Wii.
I'm pretty sure these light guns picked up on your remote sensor, and you sort of waved the gun around and shot at stuff. So
Did you?
don't go there, Rachel. Jesus,
I'm not.
You always take it to that.
I'm not saying it though. You just said I waved my gun around. It's like, did you actually aim anything, or did you just go like that? We were like, Paul, look whether you got anything.
No, do you know what? It was pretty cool. And that one, it had a cartridge port in the back as well. So I did get a few sort of. Do you remember Ocean? You know Ashy that comes in.
Oh, was he working at?
He worked at Ocean. And they got a lot of movie franchises, them guys. And I remember getting RoboCop 2 and Batman the movie on cartridge, and you didn't have that cassette thing, where you had to put it in and you had to wait about 15 minutes to go and make a brew before your game had loaded.
And then it had crashed.
It was very much like the Mega Drive and the Master System and stuff like.
Oh right, so yeah.
You could just put the cartridge in the back.
And that was a Commodore.
Yeah.
That was the Commodore 64.
Yeah. They actually had a cartridge port in the computer rather than using the cassette deck. So it were a very limited amount of games. I think they only had about 20 odd of these.
Well, that's still quite a fair number.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for the time, that were brilliant because and I think because you had instant access to them as well. I think I just played them all the time because I could not be bothered putting a cassette in and letting it load.
Well, no, it's like once you've tasted that, it's like you don't go back, do you?
We hope you've liked our little trip back down memory lane. Hope you've enjoyed the nostalgia. And we will be back. So, it's a goodbye from me. Goodbye.